Today we'll be talking about obesity. Now, a lot of times we see that, there are people who are doing everything in terms of calorie restriction, they're exercising, they're maintaining a good lifestyle, and yet they are unable to lose weight. While with the same amount of effort, somebody else is actually losing, a lot of weight. So why is that? So why is that difference there from person to person? To understand that, we need to understand what is obesity. We do know that obesity is about the accumulation of abnormal fat in the body. So how do we measure obesity? There is a term which is known as body mass index, in which a person's weight is measured in relation to his height and a calculation is made. The obesity cutoff is taken at more than 30 in the Western world, but in the Indian context, it is taken to be more than 27. But there are other measures of obesity also, like waist circumference, waist to height ratio. And today we also look at parameters like visceral adiposity that can be seen with MRI or DEXA, in which we take a look at the internal amount of fat that a person has. Now, actually, with the same BMI cutoff, say 28, a person could be lean or could be heavy. A person could be having a lot of internal fat or could be having much lesser amount of fat. So today we understand that obesity cannot actually be described only by BMI. We also need to understand the other aspects of it, particularly the visceral adiposity or the internal fat. Now, what happens is that when a person is eating, there are a lot of factors that decides how much he or she is going to eat, what is the satiety factor, what are the kind of food that he or she would like to eat. So there are areas in our brain which are known as orexigenic or anorexigenic centers, and these centers basically kind of regulate your satiety, your hunger, your zeal to eat. And again, these areas of the brain are controlled by other hormones which are released from the gut, from the other areas of the body, by other nerves stimulation. So all in all, it's basically a cycle that is maintained in the body. It is not only about how much you're eating, it is also about how this is being absorbed. Today we talk about gut microbiota, which is also responsible for sending signals to the brain. What we understand today that it is a complex area decided by genetics, epigenetics, hormones, nerves. So it's a complete circle. That is why today when we are talking about treatment of obesity, lifestyle of course remains the first factor. We need to look at the diet. We need to see what kind of diet the person is taking, what kind of calories does he need, how much do we need to cut. While we are deciding on the diet plan, it's also important as to what kind of food we're giving. Is it high carbohydrate, low carbohydrate, high fat, low fat? What kind of supplementation are we going to give? So that needs to be decided by an experienced person who knows about what he's talking. It's just not about cutting down on this or cutting down on that. So that has to be planned first. Exercise, of course, has to come in, but exercise is more about maintaining a weight loss rather than bringing about a weight loss. So that has to be taken into consideration. And there are other factors that also come in. We'll discuss about that. Now also, while we're talking about obesity, we need to understand what happens. In obesity, it is not just about the looks. We tend to be very casual and laugh about obesity, but that is not what it is all about. There are a lot of conditions that are associated with obesity, like hypertension, like dyslipidemia, diabetes, osteoarthritis, fatty liver, sleep apnea, cardiac conditions. So there is much more to obesity than just looks. And the problem is that people tend to take it very casually. When you're talking about obesity, unless they are aware or unless they have another problem associated, they'll just laugh about it or talk about it very casually. Now that needs to be changed. Before the chronic conditions set in, we need to take care of overweight or obesity. So to do that, as we were discussing, the lifestyle change is important, the exercise is important. Also, what is important is consultation from somebody who knows what he or she is dealing with. So your doctor, your metabolic medicine doctor has to tell you that whether you're a fit candidate for medication. And thankfully today in our hands, we do have certain medicines that are available for the treatment of obesity. You would have heard there's a lot of hype about these medicines. But again, these medicines are not something which are cosmetic medications. These are actual medications which have a lot of, actions in your body. So whether or not you're a fit candidate for that kind of medication, how long to continue, where to stop, what to look for, these are only things that your doctor would be knowing. So if you're struggling with obesity, if you're having a problem with obesity, do not take it lightly. Visit your endocrinologist, assess yourself, try to understand where do you stand. Do you have a problem? Do you have a chronic problem? Do you have an emotional problem? A lot of people deal with emotional aspects related to obesity also. So that is also, we look at something which is known as an obesity scaling. We assess a person according to that scaling. Decide whether that person needs treatment, and if yes, would it be restricted only to lifestyle or would we be putting in medication? So there's a lot to the treatment of obesity, just apart from then cutting down on the junk, which of course has to be done. But thankfully, as I said, we have other things in our hand today. We have other molecules in our hand today that could help us treat obesity and treat our patients better. But for that, first need to assess our patients, understand what he or she needs, and then go ahead with the treatment. So again, as I would say, if you are struggling with obesity, do not hesitate. Go and visit your doctor, assess yourself, and if required, you may start medication if your doctor tells you.